Jarvis Butts, you are the monster in this whole picture. She did deserve love from her parents and everyone who was in her life. She was ignored, she was neglected, and you took complete advantage of that. She wanted someone to love her, and she will never know what that feels like. I pray for the healing of all the victims and the young girls and possibly boys who have come into contact with you. As a community, we should look at this case as a prime example of how much work we have to do when it comes to protecting our children and especially our Black girls. I pray for closure and healing for all those who have been traumatized by you.
Hello everyone, it's Queen Beeline back to you with another video. This video is an update within the Ziyah Harris case. Before I begin, I would like to extend my support and condolences to the family and community at this time, in addition to the additional survivors who were affected by the defendant in these cases. According to reports, Jarvis Butts, who was charged with SA and homicide of 13-year-old Ziyah Harris, who went missing in January of last year, appeared in court on October 8th, 2025. Butts was charged on September 26th, 2025 with the SA of an 8-year-old relative's. Authorities state he allegedly SA'd the child between June 2021 and June 2022 at an auto repair shop in Detroit. He appeared in court for a probable cause hearing via Zoom. In the hearing, Judge Sean Jacquet scheduled Butts' preliminary hearing for October 22nd, 2025 at 1:30 p.m., where he will determine if there is enough evidence in the case to send to trial. Butts' trial in the Ziyah Harris case, which was initially scheduled to begin in October, has been pushed back to February of next year. Again, condolences to the Harris family as well as the community as you are seeking justice for Ziyah Harris, in addition to support to the survivors of this case and others unknown, because it's clear that Jarvis Butts has been getting away with these disgusting acts for years. And the fact that unfortunately Ziyah Harris and her baby had to pay the price for this to be brought to trial says, as a community, we have a long way to go. I truly believe that Jarvis Butts, this monster, has more victims. And I pray that once this case is underway, they will find the courage to come forward. I don't believe that Jarvis Butts did these acts just to Ziyah Harris and the survivors that came forward. In my previous reporting on this case, the prosecutors pointed out how Jarvis Butts would target women with children. I'm gonna repeat it again. The prosecutors office pointed out how Jarvis Butts, this monster, would target women with children. So what does that mean? I truly believe the prosecutor's office, as well as the Detroit Police Department, has to do a deep dive investigation on whom Butts was seeing, because it's clear that this monster has been doing some evil acts to these children. And of course, these pick-me's, I'm going to keep on calling them pick-me's, were not paying attention. And now we are here. The adults who should have been protecting Ziyah Harris, as well as the survivors of this monster, were not doing their job. It's clear. So I need the prosecutor's office to also open an investigation on Ziyah Harris's grandmother and auntie as well. Because it's clear that as the woman of the house, as the elder, and as the mother figure within the household, they were not doing their jobs. Other people had to step in. And even their allegations were not taken into consideration. And now this baby, who had a baby, or should I say in the process of having a baby, it's sad. It's truly sad all the way around. And we need to stop this protecting of PDF files. They do not need protection. These PDF files do not need protection. It is time for us to stop acting as if it cannot occur within our communities, because it does. And it is up to us as community members, if we want better for our children, regardless if they are ours or not, it is up to us to make sure that they are safe, so that they can have a better life than we did. Now you will watch this brief flashback, and I will be back with my final commentary. There were several allegations being brought to CPS, and the ball once again was dropped. Everybody's playing hot potato, because nobody wants to be held responsible. The Detroit Police Department did not do their follow-ups. So again, everybody's playing hot potato with this case, because they know that if Ziyah Harris was a 13 white child in Detroit, we would not be even having this conversation right now. Let's be honest. If Ziyah Harris was a white child, and I'm assuming that these other victims are also black, so let us assume we have this PDF file out here violating little white children, we would not be having this conversation right now. But because these are black children, it's not my business, it's not my problem. I'm not doing my due diligence as an officer, as a CPS advocate. I'm not doing my job to protecting this child, because that's not my baby. That's not my business. Everybody who knew something was wrong and advocated for these survivors in Ziyah Harris, I thank you, because you were ringing the alarm. But the system was not paying attention, and now we are here. Ziyah Harris deserves the very best, just like any other child. I am sick and tired of having these conversations about not listening to your child. We have got to get away from this mentality of, if she's acting different, she's acting grown. No, boo-boo. No, she's acting different because your baby daddy is doing something weird with her. So of course she's gonna act different. Woman to woman, we know when a young child is acting different, something's not adding up. And instead, we are here because the adults in the home and the adults outside the home were not paying attention. And Ziyah Harris and her baby, unfortunately, had to pay the price. Yes, Jarvis Butts is indeed a monster. One of the lowest SOB PDF file indeed. But because the adults are on him and the pick-me's, yes, the pick-me's, you wanted a PDF file inside of you? Again, it is up to us as the adults to having these uneasy conversations with our babies. And we must act accordingly when these allegations arise and not look the other way. According to the Black and Missing Inc. organization, in 2023, an estimated 224,706 persons of color were reported missing. Of that group, 162,755 persons were under the age of 18. Yet, missing minority children are grossly underreported in the news. I've said this before, and I will say it again. We have to treat missing persons cases as if it is a criminal case, because every second, every minute, every hour, every day, every week, every month is critical to the return of said missing person. Everyone has a routine. Everyone has places to go and people to see. And if that person is not at their regular location, something must have occurred. And we cannot dismiss it, especially when that missing person is a minor. And it is up to us as the general public to be mindful of the disinformation, misinformation, aka lying, as it does affect the ongoing investigation. We must be mindful because it does impact the ongoing case. I will leave in the comments and description below for organizations and hotlines as it pertains to missing persons, in addition to organizations and hotlines as it pertains to child mistreatment and neglect. And as always, find our people. Protect Black children, known and unknown. Say their names. Say her name, Ziyah Harris. Justice for Ziyah Harris. And as always, please be safe out here. And I will see you in the next video.